the home of the do-it-yourself trucker. When everything goes wrong, you got a Redneckanize. So we got about 6 minutes left on the show tonight. And like I said, you can call in at 516-387-1733. If you want to be part of the conversation, just hit 1. Let everybody know we do have a YouTube channel out there, and it's doing great. And we're hoping everybody's enjoying it. And if you do, let us know. We're always looking forward to making adjustments how we need to. We want to better help people. And what we're seeing out there is a lot of drivers are researching, learning, and that's what we like. And we like that they're watching our videos. So check that out. What's going on out there tonight?
How you doing, Ed?
Man, I'm doing great. Really enjoying it. How are you?
Good.
That's great.
I was just listening in there for a little bit. I didn't get into later this evening. I had a little issue with the truck. I was over there working on it. Well, I have to go back to work so I can get some rest, I think.
Who we got on there at 4860?
Oh, 4860. Hey, good old Phoenix boy.
I kind of figured that was you. So, hey, wait a minute. Before you start, I was going to tell everybody that's listening or anybody that catches it later, I just want everybody to know, when Greg works on his truck, he gets frustrated, and then you get Robbie frustrates him even more by dogging on him for working on his truck.
I've been doing that for the last 3 weeks, man, and I'm still not done.
Yeah, I got in a real issue with mine. I put a exhaust manifold on mine here about a year and a half ago or so. And 2 sets of manifold gaskets later, I couldn't figure out why I kept blowing exhaust manifold gaskets. Every couple 3 months I was putting a set of exhaust manifold. I said, there ain't no way. And I got to checking it, or Dad and I got to checking, and we took the manifold off. We took a flat file and laid down on the porch and run across there, and here to find out the manifold's warped. And it's been warped. It was a bad manifold right from the start. So,
you might be able to find a machine shop and have them put that in the lathe and make it true.
I can. There's a machine shop that does all my work, my machine work on the motors and everything, on the head and everything. They redid the head, Bullitt's machine up here in Chippewa, PA. I'll take it up there because it's like I said, it's almost a new manifold. But I'm gonna take it up to them and let them, let them surface grind it and everything, do whatever they do, and true it up, and then I'll just put it back for a spare, because one of these days it'll crack. And you start putting as much heat to the manifold as I am, it'll crack.
Yeah, and what kind of truck is that? I said, what kind of truck is it?
That's that 98 Freightliner Classic.
There you go.
12.7 Detroit. So yeah, it runs a little warm, I'd say.
That's just a lesson to everybody that even though you go buy new parts, doesn't necessarily mean it's a good part.
Exactly. You can get bad parts on anything, not knocking anything. It's
Yeah.
You live and learn, it's a hard lesson learned, but it comes along with that's part of the job, I mean, you're going to have that, you can't cry over it. You just, bite the bullet and move on, Now, Robbie knows, Robbie knows he's how profitable recaps are.
Yeah, well, Robbie.
Oh yeah, no. Let's not discuss the recap situation.
Well, Robbie, Robbie's Instagram account is, what is it? Gray Money Pit or something like that?
Yeah.
Yep. That's what it is. All my money goes to this damn truck.
If anybody out there listening, that don't mean nothing. But anybody else listening out there, Robbie's got, what year is it? A Kenworth, what is it called? 660.
I have it's a 660, 2013, Cummins ISX.
Yeah, and he's pretty much done everything he can to it to modify it to make it make money, and he's still it's a truck. That's what you got to do. That anybody out there that's never owned a truck out there needs to understand that
60 seconds.
That when you buy a truck, you're constantly working on it, and it's one of those things. It's just that's the way trucking is.
Yeah, being an owner-operator ain't for everybody. I mean, I say this with true honesty. I mean, don't pick on nobody. Everybody does their own thing, but being an owner-operator just is not for everybody. I mean, some people can do it, some people can't. But I mean, when you have to start putting it in the shop all the time, every time you get a little nut rattle, a little rattle or squeak or a headlight blows or something, and you go run into a TA or a pet shop or somebody, you know, like you did when you was little, cry, hey mommy, I need help, you know. It don't work like that. You gotta learn to put, you know, grab your bootstraps, pull them up, and get out there, and not be afraid to get dirty, and try to do some of it on your own. Yeah. You got guys out there that says, "Oh, I make good money. You know, I can afford to do it." Well, yeah, you might do that, but just think how much money you would have if you didn't do that all the time.
Right.
You would have even more.
I added it up. It was probably right around September of last year, October of last year. By that time, I saved myself $15,000 just in labor charges, just for me being able to work on my own truck. Like Greg
Exactly.
said, being an owner operator is not for everybody, and you can lose your butt like you wouldn't believe if you're putting it in a shop, TAs, petros, dealerships. They just
Right.
You got to learn how to work on these things. And you know, I've had my truck for going on almost 9 years now, and I've learned so much just since the day I bought this truck. You know, from the emissions equipment on it to the motor, the tranny, the rear end, trailers. You know, I've learned a lot about equipment to where I don't even know it. Like Greg's truck, the engine runs. That's about it. That's all I know on the Detroit.
Well, that's just it. You learn your equipment. You know, that's like that Cummins. You know, I'm not a big Cummins fan. I'm not saying that there's anything wrong. I mean, the older Cummins, the N14s, the old Cats. You know, I mean, some of the old Cats, they was pretty good engines. You know, I mean, they was what they was. They was pretty simple to work on. But these new ones now, I mean, they're ungodly. I mean, it's just anything and everything could be wrong, and unless unless you got a laptop and you got access to a computer, it's hard to find out, you know, because it's so much. The guy that redone my computer and reset my ECM with parameters and everything in it, and of course, me going in and messing with me and tip there for last year before last, I did that pulling stuff a little bit with full drive, but he told me, he said, Cummins has got parameters that overrides parameters. It's just, there are thousands of parameters in them ECMs, and a lot of them they don't even need, but they got them in there. Now, Detroit, I can tear the Detroit down, tear it apart, put it back together blindfolded, I think. I have a couple times, I think. I mean, I've had mine tore apart numerous times, you know, because there's no fault in nobody but my own. You know, I mean, when you know, it's her dad and I, you know, we've got this thing more, you know, more power. Well, if you want to play, you got to pay. So when you start turning the horsepower to them, and you start putting the smoke to them, you know, and try to make, you know, you try to make a 4-cylinder, you know, run like a big V8, then you're going to have problems. You can make it do it. It'll do it for a while, but there's going to come a point when it's going to lay down on you.
Yep.
And when it does, don't blame nobody but yourself, because you're the reason for it.
There you go. There you go.
You know, I mean, you know, in Robbie's case, Robbie, you know, he does his own truck. He's tore that motor apart. I know he's tore his apart 2 or 3 times now that I know of. And he puts it back together, and he's back on the road. I've done the same thing. I blow a head gasket, do this, do that, fix it, tear it apart, fix it, back on the road and go. You know, I don't come home, stick in the shop, go to the house, kick back on the couch and say, okay, you know, when they get it done, they'll call me and I'll go back to work. No, it don't work that way. I get hands on. I get right out there, the grease and the dirt, and do it, you know?
Yeah.
So, you know,
I got my wife. I got my wife every day. I talk to her, and every night I talk to my wife, and she goes, how much you spend a day? I go, oh, I didn't spend nothing a day. Well, that was a good day then. You know,
That's right.
But now when I come home, it's a different story. I kind of, there's things that I need to get done, but I try to get them done when I get home. Versus being out on the road, have to rush because you're on a road, on a load that needs to get somewhere.
Yeah. Well, starting tomorrow will be starting week number 4 that I've been at home. You know, I haven't worked since a couple weeks before Christmas. So I had, you know, an issue with the truck. I went and delivered Avon, Ohio up here, and I went and the truck shut off in the middle of the night. I had the optimized idle set, and it quit. It shut off like it was supposed to, and it didn't restart. Well, when I woke up, I said, man, it's cold in here. What's going on? Well, I got up to see why it wouldn't start. Well, the optimized idle was still on, but I checked it, and I hit the start button, and it just quit. thinking, great. I knew it wasn't batteries. I knew it wasn't a starter, but there was something going on. So I messed around with it. I couldn't get it figured out. I didn't know. I didn't. So I broke down finally. I said, look, it was cold. It was, miserable. I said, I'm going to call road service, have lift them out, see if they can see what's wrong with it. I called the guy. He said, yeah, I'll be out in about a half hour. Okay. Well, while he was gone, I was out monkeying around with it and everything, and I reached up, I kept hitting the button. Finally, it took off and started. So I called him. I said, never mind. Don't need you. I said, I got it started. I said, it's going to run until I get home.
Yep.
So I unloaded that morning, and I did it straight home. And when I got home, I shut that truck off and started it half a dozen times after I got home, and it started every time. It's not a matter of if it was going to do it; it was when.
Right.
So I changed the solenoid on it. There's two solenoids, one on the firewall, one on the starter. I changed the one on the firewall, and that seems to have been the problem, and they cured it so far. I don't know. But I'm due to go back to service probably Tuesday. They'll probably start us back up Tuesday because we've been on shutdown, on idle, with that expedited stuff until Tuesday. So whenever I'm ready to go, I did that manifold, and then I moved it over. We're going to do something else. I went over and hit the brakes, and I heard air leaking. So we started checking it. Here I blew a diaphragm on the left rear brake maxi on the drives. So I got a diaphragm. Instead of changing the whole maxi, I just split it. Put a diaphragm in it, pancake, whatever you want to call it. Put it back together, fix that tonight. I come home, take a shower, and I'm done. I'm afraid to even look at it anymore because I'm afraid if I go over and look at it, something else will happen before I go to work.
My wife and my father-in-law say that all the time. You need to stop looking at your truck and find something wrong with it. I go, well, it's better than me to find it than DOT to find it.
Yeah, no kidding.
Exactly. Yeah. But, yeah, it is what it is. Being an owner-operator, it's nobody said it was going to be easy. Nobody ever said it was easy. But if they did, they're lying to you. But it's all what you make it. If you make it miserable, it'll be miserable. You just gotta kind of smile and say, okay, it is what it is. I knew this going into the game. I knew it was going to be tough. You'll have good days and you'll have bad days. But the way I look at it, my worst day. In being an owner-operator, my worst day is better than the best day of being a company driver.
There you go.
Because being a company driver, where I was standing years, I get tired of having them tell me where I can go, where I can fuel, when I can go home, when I can sleep, when I can do this, where I can do that. No. When I get ready to come home, I go.
One thing that me and Greg have, we're owner-operators. Yeah, we got a lot of overhead, but we can come and go as we please. Like Greg said, that he's been off the week before Christmas. I'm doing the same way. A week before Christmas, I came home, and I'm not sure when I'm leaving yet.
There you go.
I like to, either tomorrow or Tuesday, but the load's got to be there.
Right. Yeah, when I work, I work. When I'm out there, I work. When I come home, that's my time. When I come home, I'm done. If I don't have something to do to the truck, that's my time. Don't bother me, As far as, the company and everything, they know. When I go home, they'll bother me. And they don't. When I say I'm going home, okay, give us a call when you get ready to go back to work. And that's the way it is. And they don't bother you. So,
well,
I'm in the wrong business.
Yep. Well, I'll tell you what, though, it's going to be interesting, and we'll see how it all plays out. But I think we'll do all right. I think Redneckanize always pulls through because when everything goes wrong, we get things done, and that's what our motto is. So we figured out one way or the other. So yeah, I think we're gonna pull this show to a close. I think everybody had a great time tonight, and I think we're gonna put a lot of stuff on YouTube. So everybody keep an eye out on that, and we'll have our YouTube channel. It's growing, doing very well, and then
Good.
Yep, and so we're excited about that, and we're looking out for those great sponsors. You guys know we got some pretty cool sponsors out there, like DPF Regeneration. They've been real big for us in the past couple of years. Been real supportive of us, and I'm real happy that they're still with us and willing to help us out when we need it.
Yes, Eddie. Yeah, DPF has been with us since day one. We started.
Yep.
Started Redneckanize, and I tell you what, awesome people.
Good deal.
You can't say enough good about them.
Yep. Yeah.
Trucker Tools.
Yeah, them too. Right. Yep. Well, that's and they we had a Load to Ride Transportation also, and then Trucker Tax Tools. They also stepped up, helped us out, in great ways. So
Great.
So we're excited about those, and when we do ever have anything, we'll be sure to make sure that they're well noted at our events and whenever we can. We just ask everybody to go to their websites and check them out. And then if you ever do talk to them, just let them know you appreciate that them supporting over at Redneckanize. That's great. So
Yep. Show them some love, give them some likes.
There you go.
They're awesome people.
Good deal. Well, yeah, we're going to call it a night here, and we appreciate Greg and Robbie coming in. And if you guys ever get a chance to get out to the truck show, hopefully we'll all be able to be there, and we'll be glad to chat with you and hang out. So look forward to it.
All right. Well, hey, y'all be good.
All right.
Be careful out there on the big road, Robbie. Maybe I'll run into you somewhere out there. Unfortunately, maybe not if I'm lucky, but either or. It's all good.
Yeah.
I'm only joking, Robbie. You know that.
Oh, it's all fun and games until someone gets hurt.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, then it's hilarious, right? Yeah, I know the deal.
Well, good deal.
We got to have jokes sometimes.
That's right. If you can't,
All
right.
You guys have a good
All right,
night.
well, everybody be safe.
Rubber
Be
side down,
careful.
shiny side up.
Yep, you too now. Keep between the ditches. Right now.
We'll see y'all later now.
Yep.
Take care. God bless.
Right now. And everybody have a great night out there, and stay safe, stay successful, and we'll see you out there on the road.